you're hurting your own prayers without even realizing it. And right now, as you're watching this, there are things you've been sharing that were never meant to be spoken out loud. Things God actually wanted you to keep quiet about. But every time you say them, every time you expose them, it's like you're handing the enemy access to what God is still trying to build in your life. And this isn't superstition. This is spiritual warfare, the kind most people don't even notice they're losing. And I'm not here to give you comfort or soft words. I'm here to tell you the truth, because I've seen too many faithful people delay their own breakthroughs simply because they couldn't control their mouth. The reality is, your words are not harmless. They are either creating life or inviting destruction. Just like Scripture says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. So there are things you need to stop sharing immediately, starting with this. Never speak about your vision too early, because what most people do is the moment God shows them something, a dream, a plan, a breakthrough, they rush to tell everyone. They post it, they explain it, they look for excitement from others, and then suddenly it loses power. It fades, or it never even begins. Because some things are meant to grow in silence. Even Mary, when she received a divine promise, didn't go around announcing it. She held it in her heart. She protected it. Because when something is still forming, exposure can damage it. When you speak too soon, you invite doubt, opinions, and spiritual resistance. And not everyone who hears your vision is truly believing with you. Some carry silent doubt, and that doubt can weaken your faith. Your vision doesn't need attention, it needs obedience. Just like Joseph, who spoke too early about his dream and ended up suffering longer than necessary. So learn to stay quiet and let your results speak later. Second, stop broadcasting your personal struggles to everyone. Yes, you may be dealing with anxiety, temptation, pressure, or emotional battles, but not everyone who knows your struggle is rooting for your healing. Some people will define you by your weakness instead of your growth. And when you share too soon, you open doors to judgment, negativity, and even spiritual attack. Your healing is sacred. Your process is private. David didn't fight giants immediately. He first fought battles in secret where no one was watching, and that's where strength was built. So stop giving people front row seats to your private battles. Fight quietly and testify after victory. Third, stop announcing your good deeds, because the moment you start telling people how much you helped, gave, or served, you've already received your reward, and that reward is temporary. It's human approval. But God rewards what is done in secret. So if you're doing good just to be seen, you're not serving with the right heart. You're feeding your ego. Real impact doesn't need an audience. It needs sincerity. Do good quietly and let God honor it openly. Fourth, stop exposing your family matters to everyone. Your home is not content. Your relationships are not public discussions. The moment you start sharing your family problems with people who have no place in your life, you invite opinions, judgment, and unnecessary influence into something that should be protected. There's a difference between seeking wise counsel and creating public drama. Not everyone deserves access to your personal life. Protect your home like it's sacred, because it is. And finally, stop announcing plans that God hasn't confirmed yet. Just because something feels right doesn't mean it's God's timing. Too many people speak before they seek. They announce before they're sure, and then they're forced to backtrack when things don't work out. And that creates confusion, frustration, and even embarrassment. Instead of moving on emotion, start moving on confirmation. Let God lead first, then speak, not the other way around. Because at the root of all this is one simple truth. You're seeking validation from people when you should be depending on God. You speak because you want approval. You share because you want attention. You explain because you want reassurance. But as long as you look to people for what only God can give, you will keep weakening what God is trying to strengthen in you. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence is protection. Even Jesus spent years in hiddenness before stepping into purpose. So what makes you think everything in your life needs to be seen immediately? There is a time to speak and a time to stay quiet. And if you've been speaking out of season, it may already be costing you more than you realize. So from today, guard your words carefully. Protect what God is doing in your life. Stay focused, stay obedient, stay quiet when necessary, and trust that when the time is right, God will reveal everything in a way no one can ignore. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more. God bless you.